Welcome everyone, friends. Data speaks that 70% of resumes are not even going beyond the first initial screening. And 95% of resumes are not even landing to the hiring manager. And it's not because of how you are prepared. It's about how you have crafted your resume. To be more precisely speaking, how you have crafted your resume to be ATS compatible. And if you happen to be falling within that 95% bucket where you are writing a wonderful resume from your perspective, but it is still not reaching the intended hiring manager, then you're in the right forum. Welcome everyone to the webinar or masterclass on how to craft a resume which is ATS compatible, in which we are going to talk about three things. What is ATS system? Why it is important for you? And how to craft a resume which is ATS compatible. So let's get started with what is ATS. ATS stands for Applicant Tracking System. So there were good olden days when you would be writing your resume and that will directly be landing onto the HR's mailbox, and that HR will then be screening your resume. And based on your content, your resume, you might be receiving the interview call or not, purely based on the HR's decision. But as time progressed and hundreds of thousands of people are applying for the job, it is not scalable for a human to start inspecting and screening it out. And that's where the human talent management team outsourced this to a system, applicant tracking system. Now, this ATS system is not very smart. It cannot scan through and read out what you are just by looking at a document. It is a simple patterning tool. It looks for certain keywords, and based on just dumb keyword patterning, it will decide whether you are the right candidate to be interviewed or not, without giving the right justice to the participant, giving an opportunity for a participant to explain themselves, express themselves into the interview process. But thinking from their point of view, it's not practically possible to allow everyone to sit in front of the interviewer. Interviewer also have got a limited time frame. So rather than fighting over that battle, we choose to fight over a battle which we have a good chances of winning, which is creating a resume which can be made ATS compatible. And as more and more job opportunities narrow down and more people are applying for these job opportunities, understanding and making your resume ATS compatible is very, very important. So let's get started, my friends, by showing you how to make your resume ATS compatible. First, I will show you how a resume, which from my point of view was very well intended, very well written. In fact, I've shared it with many of you, is not at all ATS compatible. Okay. So I'm sharing my screen. So this is the resume which many of you might be familiar with. I have shared. And generally, I'm a consultant, so I write my resume, which is manually inspected by people. But if I apply this and send it for a job opportunity through a job portal, high chances this will be rejected. Let me show you. One of the tool which I prefer is called jobscan.co. The link of those will be later on shared with you. I'm going to use a trial version of it. So I sign in through, let's say, okay, so I'm just signing to it. I want to see whether my resume is ATS compatible right now or not. So as a free trial, I get two scans, one before, another after. So for that, I will look into any job opportunity. I go to LinkedIn, and I'm just looking at Scrum Master. It could be any for that matter. I'm using Scrum Master. It could be project manager, product manager, for that matter, any of the job responsibility. And let's say I will take Snyder. So I look into Snyder's job opportunity. So this is the Snyder's job opportunity. And I take this and I copy this part. And I go to over here and I click on new scan. Over here, I'm pasting the job responsibility, which is expected in my job place. And I will be then uploading my resume that I have created. So Scrum Master resume, it got uploaded. And now I will be scanning. This tool will scan and tell me what is my score. Anything below 80%, it does not get selected. So now it is telling me what is my score. Pretty okay, 72%. Now, we are targeting to make it better. We will not look into these scores, but predominantly it is advised that I could have improved my score if I don't make it so graphics. Graphics is good, but for human, not for machine. We are not trying to make our resume human compatible. We are trying to make our resume system compatible, to be precise, ATS system compatible. So the ATS system will get confused when it looks into such fancy figures and graphics and images. So what I learned is you should not be making resume such fancy when it is going through ATS system. When it is directly landing into a human, then this looks much better. So now our idea is how can we make our resume score above 72%? In fact, most of the resumes, if I have to scan through, may not even qualify more than 35, 40%, which I was trying through lots of resume that I get through from WhatsApp. So given that I have baselined, my resume is not good. It has to be improved. Now the next step is let's improve our resume. And for that, I would recommend using a good olden Word document template. This template also, I will be sharing it out. So what we will be doing, I will be putting my first name, last name, and here I'll be putting my general details. For example, phone number. I'll be putting my email address. And my LinkedIn profile. So I'll quickly go to LinkedIn and check my LinkedIn profile and I'll update it. So here goes my LinkedIn profile, which I will go and paste it over here. All right, so just to make it short, I'll delete this part. Now, after the initial part is done, I'll again go back over here and I will go to ChatGPT. So I'm going to use ChatGPT to make my resume completely from scratch. So for that, here are some of the prompts which I will be sharing with you all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to identify top 5 or 10 keywords which will make my job description resume compatible with the job description, because making your resume identify those keywords, because ATS system is identifying those keywords itself. So I go over here, I take my job description. So identify the top 10 skills. It is for a Scrum Master position or maybe senior Scrum Master position. And I have pasted the job description as is. I'll hit enter. And let's see what ChatGPT tells me the keywords that I have to be emphasizing on. So these are some of the key areas that I have to identify. So I will be picking it up. Let's say squad leadership. I'll go back to my resume and over here, I'll put squad leadership. Stakeholder management. Now this is up to you, which ones you can correlate to. I pasted this one, and maybe safe. Right? Safe, maybe practitioner. And over here, I'll have to mention the job title. So precisely, you might have a different title in your organization, but whatever you are applying for. So here I'm applying for, let's say, Senior Scrum Master. So I'm applying for Senior Scrum Master, and these are my key strength, which I want to highlight. Now, next comes professional summary. Now, to come up with a professional summary, I will use another key points. But my professional key summary includes what are the pain points I'm trying to solve for the organization and what is my area of expertise. So I'll first use this prompt. I'll go over here. What are the 2, 3 key pain points that this company is trying to highlight? So the team is predominantly looking for these pain points. And what are the 2, 3 expertise that is needed for this job description? I'll enter that. Right. So I got some of these ideas. Now I will go over here and I will fill in. Write a professional resume summary for the above job position, highlight my, let's say, 5 years of experience. Okay. So 5 years of experience. Let's say I've got a telecom and medical. Schneider is more onto electrical. So if I do have many people work across different domains, because I'm applying for Schneider, I'm trying to highlight telecom and electrical background. If I'm applying for, let's say, Mercedes, I may try to bring automobile if I have, but otherwise I will not fake on my resume. Showcase my professional background and expertise and address companies' major points, major pain point. Now let's look into what are the major pain point. They have got such as lack of team collaboration, right? Which is predominantly I've already written. Lack of continuous improvement, lack of continuous improvement. Mention my notable accomplishment. What was my biggest accomplishment I want to highlight? Maybe reducing lead time and increasing velocity could be very generic. Otherwise, that also ChatGPT can tell. Emphasize my expertise in what? Expertise in, they are looking for this one. Expertise in change management. For the template, I put question mark. So I'm just changing what I already had and technical leadership and in engineering. And incorporate keywords from the job posting. I'll use this prompt and I'll paste over here. Wonderful. So this is what I have got. Now, I may not want to use exact wordings from ChatGPT, so I may use a paraphrasing tool, Quillbot, to do the needful. So I'll paste it over here and I'll try to paraphrase this. So it has just now changed. Now it's up to you whether you want to use this one or this one. I may continue using what ChatGPT has given, completely fine. And I'll go to my resume and I'll update that. So now what I have got is my title, my keywords, and this one. Now comes my work experience. So this is what you cannot change. This is what you have worked with. So let's say I'll put, or let's make it generic. So this is a company I'll be talking about, ABC. The company is in Bangalore, India. And I've worked in this company from, let's say, May 2023 till, or as of now today, August 2024. This is what I have worked for. Now, my title was Scrum Master. Now, I'll have to highlight what have I done in this experience. So for that, again, I'll go back to the ChatGPT and I'll come over here. I'll use this prompt and I'll go back to my, what are some of the responsibilities expected from a Scrum Master? I'm looking for some outcome-based areas where what, right? Master can make an impact in the team and the organization. So I'm pasting this one. All I've done is just change the title. So it could be a Scrum Master, it could be a product owner. You can just change the titles. And it is now telling me what do I have to, what are the expectations? Now, these are the expectations. Now I'll again go to the prompt, develop 4-5 bullet points on my resume for my position as, so this is what, develop 4-point on my resume as a senior Scrum Master, make it impactful and include relevant keywords from the job description. And here is what I did. I did continuous improvement. I did monitoring on the progress. I just will type few of these things. Enhancing team collaboration. Some I'll be leaving it for the next job, right? Not only for this job. Maybe removing impediments. Let's limit it to these ones. And I may also want quantify contributions because they look for numbers. So I take this prompt and I paste it over here. Let's see what ChatGPT gives me. All right, so I got these ones. Now I'll take these, I'll go back to my resume and paste it one by one. Okay, so I did this one. I did this one. Let's say I'll limit it only third one. So this is what my work experience. If I've got any other work experience, I will be copying it out. Now be mindful that your experience should be in a chronological order. So latest one at the top, next comes, let's say this I worked till April 2023, so on and so forth. So this is what I'll be mentioning across my resume. ABC company, next was my XYZ company. Let's say in this next previous opportunity, I was working precisely as a QA manager. Somehow I will still be adding, like as a QA manager also, how was I adding value toward agility? Like how was I improving my quality, defect detection, defect injection? I'll still try to give a flavor of agility of a Scrum Master. Once that part is done, so this is how you'll be writing your work experience, looking into those prompt. Next comes your education. You can't do much about here also. So, okay, so this was of their degree. Bachelor of Engineering. You may not want to go wrong. You may want to use Grammarly for your, because grammar also is ranked very high in terms of your quality, CS and E. Then you may want to mention it was from BT University, 2000, and maybe for you it will be 2019 or maybe 2017, Bangalore. So this is your education. If you have done more education, again, this will also go in your chronological order, the latest one at the top. Then would be your certifications. So I would put a separate one for your professional certifications, whatever you have done. So if you have done, let's say, Professional Scrum Master, PSM1, and try to give verify credentials. This builds a lot of authority that whatever you are posting can actually be verified. So for that, you can go to, let's say, scrum.org, look into your certificate, and yes. So copy this link with whatever certification you have done. It does not have to be from scrum.org. Any certification, whether it is from Scrum Alliance, SAFe, any of those, link it out. So I'm giving that link. So that way people can click on it and they can verify. So mention all your certifications, give more precedence to the certifications that they have asked in their resume. So if they have asked for a professional Scrum Master, put professional Scrum Master and mention the complete word. If they have given in their job profile, professional Scrum Master, don't mention PSM because your ATS system will be looking for those keywords. And next comes your professional skills. What skills I have to mention? Let me again go back to my prompt. What are the industry specific skills that I can take from the job descriptions given below? I'll go again to my prompt. And what was my job description? I'll copy it from there and I'll paste it over here. So let's see what Chat GPT gives me the skill set. Now, generally, you might see many resume, they will be putting skill set like this. Java, colon, Kanban, colon, TS. Please don't do that. Because ATS will find out that you're not giving any logical connection toward it. You have just dumped some of the keywords. Don't do that. So some of the keywords it has found out. So you have to be mindful of using these keywords. Now go to the prompt. I'm updating. So you will use this one. Next prompts. I'm updating my technical and professional skills for a resume of a Scrum Master because it's a Scrum Master. Otherwise, in the prompt, you'll change it to any other position that you're looking for. My skill sets include what skill set? You'll take it from here. So you're specifically taking the keywords which are there in the job description. And let the ChatGPT frame the sentence accordingly. In fact, I have to use all of these, okay? Phrase these skills. In fact, I have to use all of these skills. And now I'm copying it out and pasting it over here. All right, so it has identified 3. If I include all of those, it will give me much more detailed. So I paste it over here. And here goes my initial draft of my resume, prepared in just less than 15 to 20 minutes. Now I'm saving this one and I'm going to use another tool called Skill Syncer. All right. I'll give you the credential, the website link for that, new scan. And I'm going to paste the job description over here. So this is the job description. And I'm going to upload my resume that I have prepared. Updated resume. And I'm going to scan it. And it will tell me which skill set have I not identified over here. So these are some of the skill sets which I have not highlighted in my resume. Framework, customer, product, development, support. These are some of the keywords that I have not included. Architect, coaching, right? So now I'll have to go and see how can I customize it, provide overly sim. So what I'll do, coaching agile teams, product development. So I'll be seeing where can I include product development. So I'm intentionally including these keywords, helping product managers and architects, maybe over here, or I can include over here as well. The intention is, am I including those keywords for the ATS system? Remember, you're not trying to impress the hiring manager over here. You're trying to impress the ATS system over here, because the hiring manager will be asking you some relevant contextual question. Here, you're just trying to bypass that ATS system. So I will look into this and I'll just quickly save this to see if my score improved or not. Let's quickly do this. Oops, 0 scan remaining. Oops, I can't do it anymore. But that's okay, just to give you the idea. So I have identified some of the keywords which was missing, and this was specifically looking for those keywords. Once I have identified those keywords, then I will ask ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT, I've included all the keywords that was needed. Now you tell me, how is my resume looking like? I will upload my resume, which I have created. And now ChatGPT will tell me, what can I improve? You see, it is giving me very specific suggestion also, which I have to incorporate. What I'll be doing is I'll be incorporating some of the suggestions it has given. Moment. Okay, so I've incorporated one of those. For now, I'll not be able to incorporate all because it takes time to read through it. Wherever I mentioned successfully led reduction time and increase in velocity, where is that? Maybe that was somewhere over here, but I may include it in my next job responsibility. I may include that one if it's suggesting me to include this one. Okay, any other suggestion? Technical mastery and integration. Okay, now this is what I can include into my professional skills. And so on and so forth. So what I've done is I've given ChatGPT, and I can save it once again and see if there is any more suggestion ChatGPT may want to give me. Let me upload this one and giving this prompt to ChatGPT. If there is any more suggestion ChatGPT may want to give me. So it has given me some more suggestions, which I will be incorporating onto my resume. All right. So for now, I'm not incorporating those. I'm just skipping it. But yeah, this is how you can read through the feedback and you try to see where can you implement in your resume. Once my resume is in a pretty good state, which I have skipped some of the skill set keywords over there, I'll again go back to my Power Edit. Remember, my score was 72. I'm not sure whether it will improve or not because I've skipped some of those steps. Let me do a new scan. So drag my resume. Okay, so this is my updated resume. And this was my job description. I paste it over here and I scan. And now I'll be working on specific feedback that JobScan has given. Okay. Done. Now scan new resume. All right, it improved a bit, but yeah, see, you see, I've scored less on my hard skills and soft skills area. These are the areas which I initially told you. So these are the area keywords: dedication, facilitate. These are the keywords which I still have to incorporate. And if I incorporate into my resume, my uh, other areas, just let me see. Yeah, this is pretty good score, pretty good score. The skill set, which I told you that I skipped from that tool, if I incorporate that, my score will go above 85%. Here it's already showing. Previously it was showing you need to improve. Now it is saying ready to apply. In fact, if I would have incorporated these ones also, it will surely go above 85%. And once I've scored 85%, my resume is in a very good shape to apply that. All right, now let me stop my screen share. Okay, so till now what we saw was we took a blank template. We looked into the job description. We just used some of the prompts to craft our resume completely from scratch. But that does not mean you will not do some customization. It should not happen that these prompts, these job descriptions are available to 100 people, and at the end, ATS system is getting all similar resumes. This is where you'll have to put your own customization. Maybe person X has done this, person Y has done that. You may have to give your own personal flavor to it. These prompts are only helping you craft your initial resume, a structure to it, which by all means will bypass ATS system, by all means, because you're getting pretty much 85% above. But when it lands into the interviewer, you should be able to justify each and every line that is over there. So when you're saying 30% increase in velocity, if you're saying 20% increase in lead time, you should be able to justify that through some very prominent examples. All this exercise did was to help you craft your resume very much contextual to a job description. Because 65% managers believe that your resume is not compatible to the job description. So now to summarize, what areas you have to focus on is don't use graphical images in your resume. Try to be very much obsessed with keywords. And I've shown you different tools which specifically tell you keywords, because ATS is nothing but a patterning system. It is given a job description and it just looks for those keywords. And if it does not find those keywords, it will just say this person is not right fit, while that person might be an expert. You saw I gave my own resume and I was getting 71%. I created something on the fly and I got 75%, even though I knew that I skipped some of the skill set. If I would have spent 10 more minutes, I would have scored above 85%. Emphasize on grammar very clearly, because human might skip your grammar part, but ATS system may not be able to. If your experience word is not written, it's experience, it will not be able to find that experience word in your resume, and it will think that this person has not put experience in the keyword. The tool is not smart right now to do that level of pattern matching. Be a bit more consistent with your font. Times New Roman, Arial. Don't experiment with random beautiful fonts, and stick to 12 font. And one more thing, share your resume not in a PDF format. Still go with the normal Word document, because ATS systems sometimes may not be able to open your PDF format. That also sometimes it might be created using iOS device or Android device. Stick to the by default Windows Word. Google Word also works. So these are some of the points I thought of sharing with you, and showing you how I can create the resume from scratch, precisely to make it ATS compatible. Beyond that, you have to put your own mirch masala so that you can add your own context to it. Now, I will open the floor for people to ask questions and get those answered. Let me. Okay. All right, friends. So I'm stopping my recording.